What if you believed that all left-handed people are more artistic than right-handed people? You see a left-handed person, he's creating an awesome painting, or he's got a really cool drawing, and it confirms to you, yep, all left-handed people, man, they're just more artistic than right-handed people. But then I told you Van Gogh was right-handed and Leonardo da Vinci was ambidextrous. What this is an example of what's called confirmation bias. See, we're not actually, as humans, we don't really care so much about the truth. We will defend our belief way more than the truth. And so if you have this thought that all left-handed people are inherently better at this artistic side of them than right-handed people, and then I present you evidence that trashes that thought or that belief you have, you're going to send me more evidence that there are more left-handed people who are artistically inclined than right-handed people. You're going to defend your belief, even when I just gave you two truths. That two of the greatest painters in the world, one was right-handed and another one could do left or right. This is what's called confirmation bias, and we all have it. It's all deeply ingrained in the human experience. Another example is you have this belief that you think ghosts exist, and you go into an old house and you have to sleep there for whatever reason, and doors are starting to creak and the floor's creaking and you hear all these weird noises, and it just confirms to you, yep, this house is haunted. Then your buddy's in the house, he doesn't believe in ghosts, and he sleeps like a baby. Yeah, he hears these noises and all this, but his thought is, it's just an old house. They both have confirmation bias. They're taking objective facts and sliding them into their objective reality. We all do this. This is one of the main reasons why we're so vicious on the political divide, climate change, women's reproductive rights. This is how two people can look at a scientific article and come up with two vastly different responses on that article. This is what's called confirmation bias, and it's a selective distortion that helps us select facts to create our beliefs. This is also one of the reasons why a lot of relationships suffer, because you have two very different humans that have different biases. I was coaching a guy who thought his wife was cheating on him. Now, he had no evidence of this. He just said, well, she went away to her mom's house for a week, and we typically fight all the time, and she goes away to her mom's house for a week, where she always goes for a week this same time this year. Okay. And she was supposed to text me at this agreed upon time, you know, during the evening or whatever, and she didn't text me that night. And she was supposed to do this and she was supposed to do that, and when we were on the phone, she seemed very short with me. I think she's cheating on me. Well, his confirmation bias is he's picking out all of these things to confirm his belief. But none of it is stemming from objective reality. None of it's objective truth. He's just taking truths. Yes, she didn't call me. That's a truth. And sliding it into his belief. He got to the point where he blew up at her, and this is how he ended up calling me. He blew up at her, basically says, you know, if you don't love me anymore, just tell me. I can't live like this. And she's like, what the hell are you talking about? And he blew up at her. You didn't do this. You didn't call me when you were supposed to. Does this sound familiar, guys? If anybody has had this type of conversation with a woman, you don't love me, you don't do this, or has women, have you done this? Well, you've just entered confirmation bias. You're just exercising your bias. None of this is based on actual truth. So in our conversations, he brings this up. Of course, now they're fighting. He's thinking about filing for divorce. She's defending her position. And by the way, her position, if you're watching this and you care, her phone died. She texted him that early that morning when her phone got charged and said, sorry, I didn't, my phone died. Well, he didn't tell me that part. So he's leaving out other truths because that didn't support his truth or his reality or his belief. So now she's pissed at him for thinking we're getting a divorce because I didn't call you. I don't understand this. Prior to that, they're always complaining about money, which is the number one reason why most people get divorced. It's always about money. They have an argument about money. She feels he spends too much, and he feels you don't live your life. We're always on this strict budget. That's another bias. She's looking for evidence or objective truths in what he does with his money to defend her belief that he blows his money. And maybe he does. But none of it, again, is actually coming from actual truth. All of us do this. All of us would rather be right in our belief than have actual truth. And again, this is how marriages, this is how relationships start falling apart, because we want to be so right. We want to have our belief correct instead of having truth. If you have ever suffered this, if you ever have been in an argument with somebody about any topic, one of the best ways to maybe have that other side calm down and listen to you and you listen to them is recognize that you both have a bias. Recognize that this is confirmation bias, that it's natural, it's nothing wrong with it, but it limits us to be able to listen to somebody else's point of view completely objectively, ask questions, making sure you understand what they're saying, and then at least come to a reasonable conclusion on what the actual truth is. So I was finished up with my coaching. It was just a 1-hour coaching session. We didn't book additional hours. It was more of a, him venting type thing. But I told him his homework was to sit down with his wife. They are always arguing about the same topic, which is money, and to come up with a reasonable solution that they both can agree to so that this strain in their marriage can come to a conclusion, or at least come to some type of resolution where they're not throwing their marriage away over money. So he did that, and he sent me an email that says, I'm not sure if it helped or not, but we did have a conversation. We came up with the budget. We have all of our bills, all of our expenses put together, and we have X amount of money left over, and we agreed certain amount of that can be spent on whatever we decide, and the rest of it's going to be put into a savings account or whatever the hell they want to do. But the key to overcoming confirmation bias in any relationship, now this can be a relationship with your boss, this can be with your girlfriend, your wife, just your friends, is understanding we all have these. Understanding that our belief, whatever we believe in, is not necessarily the truth. It's our truth, but it's not the truth. Recognizing, understanding, and loving that other person, that they have a different belief, and really listening to their belief. And then together, you guys may be able to come up with a truth that works for both of you, or at least come up with an understanding. If you can truly just drop the ego of your belief and open up to the possibility that you might be wrong, or that new information has come in that challenges your belief, open yourself up, drop the ego, and at least allow yourself that possibility that maybe there's a new paradigm, maybe there's something new that you haven't thought of that could change your belief. And that's when people are very vulnerable. They don't want to change their belief in something. They will fight their belief to the death over truth. My name is Jared Schoonmaker. This is Magnetic Men's Club. This video is a little bit different. I know we talk about dating and relationships and women and all this stuff, But this also ties into it very well because we all deal with this. It's part of the human condition. If you understand, and now you're talking to somebody that they have a different belief, that's okay. You don't have to be right. They don't have to be right. Understand their belief. Try to understand their belief. Believe me, there's a lot of people out there that believe they're frogs and all this other crap. My confirmation bias kicks in and like, fuck no. Like, fuck no. But if that's their belief, as long as they're not harming me and as long as they're not throwing their belief down my throat, live your life. It's fine. I don't have to prove to them that they're not a fucking frog. Again, my name is Jared Schoonmaker. This is Magnetic Men's Club. Please hit like, subscribe. There's a lot of people that view these videos, but they don't subscribe. This helps our channel grow. Please hit subscribe so we can continue to grow this channel, get our community bigger. If you need more help on this, if you're in a situation where maybe you feel stuck, maybe it's confirmation bias, maybe you're just having problems in your relationship, I'm here for you. Go to the link below. Fill out your contact information, check out our website. Let's schedule a free one-on-one consultation to see if we're a good fit. If we're not a good fit, that's fine. If we decide not to work with each other, that's fine. But if we do decide to work with each other, my goal is to bring massive insight, massive change into your life. And I've done it over and over again. And I want to work with you if you are the type of person who wants to level up. This is Magnetic Men's Club, and we'll talk soon. Thanks, guys.